Hello everyone, namaste, good evening. 10 weeks of युक्ताहार प्रोजेक्ट में आप लोगों का फिर से स्वागत है. And as I discussed yesterday, today I'm going to start the phase 1, which means कि कल से आप लोग phase 1 की शुरुआत करेंगे. So yeah, we are finally starting the 3-phased program. Okay, so what is phase 1? It's there in the book. Phase 1 में क्या करना है, क्या नहीं करना है. There's a very detailed description in the book. And ये project के participants, I'm assuming, are those people who have read the book. So we are not going to get into the details of that. But what I'm just going to tell you is that from tomorrow morning, you go on to chapter 10. The chapter 10 has meal plans. It has phase 1 meal plans. It has all the phase meal plans. But right now we'll just stick to phase 1. तो phase 1 के meal plans है chapter 10 में. These meal plans are divided into regions. So there is a north plan, there is a south, there is an east, and there is a west plan. So for example, you are a North Indian, so you will go to the phase 1 north plan. Again, these plans are divided into the seasons because our body responds differently based on different seasons, and we are supposed to eat according to seasons. That is what the Indian philosophy has always told us. And keeping that in mind, I have made these plans in the book so that we can take care of these minute points which makes a lot of difference to our health. So there is a summer plan and monsoon plan and winter plan. So right now, because अभी winters चल रहा है, अगर आप North Indian है for example, तो आप North plan में जाएंगे and you will pick up the winter plan. Okay, now if somebody may ask कि cannot I have meals which are there in the east or the south plan? Of course you can have, because मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम हमारे इंडिया में जो मील्स हैं आपस में काफी रिजेम्बलेंस होता है. दे आर कॉल्ड बाय डिफरेंट नेम्स बट मोर और लेस द फ्रेमवर्क, द बेसिक स्केलेटन इज द सेम. सो ऑफ कोर्स यू कैन गो टू द अदर मील्स ऑल्सो, बाकी रीजन्स के भी, बट 70 to 80% ट्राई टू स्टिक टू योर ओन मील्स दैट यू आर क्लोजर टू, मील्स दैट आर क्लोजर टू योर हार्ट, मील्स दैट आर क्लोजर to how you have been brought up. So 70 to 80% you will stick to your own regional meal plan, and for the 20-30% you can choose meals from other regions as well. So this is how you're going to use the meal plans जो chapter 10 में है, and you are going to start it from tomorrow. So today what I wanted to really focus on is the 7 TBBD meal planning guidelines. Now why do we want to discuss these 7 TBBD meal planning guidelines? Because number one reason ये है कि ये जो meal planning guidelines है ये सिर्फ phase 1 के लिए नहीं है. You will start following these guidelines from tomorrow till forever. तो ये phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 सब phases के लिए हैं, and as we know phase 3 is a lifelong phase. Phase 3 का कोई definite length of time नहीं है, which means that these 7 TBBD meal planning guidelines आपको कल से शुरू करना है in a way कि ये आप हमेशा के लिए फॉलो करेंगे, because only then your diet makes sense. When you can do your diet for a long term, when you can think that I can do this diet forever, only then it makes sense to get on a diet. So the 7 TBBD meal planning guidelines is what we are going to discuss today, because it also makes you in charge of your own health. आपने जैसे ही ये guidelines समझ लिया, आपने जैसे ही ये guidelines को अपने जीवन में उतारा, you will realize that you no longer have to ask somebody else कि मुझे कितना खाना है, या फिर ये है तो ये मैं कब खाऊं, या फिर उत्तरायण इज कमिंग और मकर संक्रांति इज कमिंग, तो फेज 1 में क्या मैं तिल गुड़ खा सकती हूँ, क्या मैं फेस्टिवल है तो ये कर सकती हूँ. Those kind of confusions, if you want to clear, then you have to understand these guidelines, because these guidelines will eventually ensure that you are the own hero of your life, and you don't really have to go about asking कि इस समय ये खा सकते हैं या मुझे ये खाना है, तो what is the best time for this, and all of those questions. So when we come to the 7 meal planning guidelines, then we need to understand that the prime actor of the game is the sun. Yes, so the sun is the prime actor for this, and what we need to do is that we need to eat according to the sun. Now why do we need to eat according to the sun? We need to eat according to the sun क्योंकि हमारे बॉडी में जितने भी प्रोसेसेस हैं, डाइजेस्टिव, मेटाबॉलिक, हार्मोनल जितने भी रिस्पॉन्सेज हैं सब सन के अकॉर्डिंगली बेस्ड हैं। और अगर हम अपना खाना पीना सन के अकॉर्डिंग रखते हैं देन वी कैन इंश्योर दैट वी आर ऑलवेज ईटिंग, हम जिसे भी जो भी मर्जी है जो हमें पसंद है हम वो खा भी पा रहे हैं, एंड एट द सेम टाइम वी आर नॉट gaining weight or we are not inviting other metabolic diseases. So if you want to stay fit, healthy, and if you want to end up eating most of the things that you like, but you want to stay away from all the weight gain and everything, then this is very important that we eat according to the sun. जिसका मतलब है कि सन का जितना ब्राइटनेस है उस हिसाब से हम खाएंगे। अगर सन किसी टाइम पे कम ब्राइट रहता है तो हमारे खाने का पोर्शन और जो हमारा खाने का मेन्यू है दैट शुड ऑल्सो बी अकॉर्डिंगली। सो आवर पोर्शंस शुड बी स्मॉल एंड आवर फूड शुड बी लाइट। If the sun is burning the brightest at some time, then we can eat a relatively heavier meal and we can also eat a relatively bigger size. So this is in short what it means by eating according to the sun. So let us quickly go through what really means, from morning to night, how can we actually adjust our meals and everything according to this philosophy, and I'll just take you through it. So the first thing is on rising. So on rising का मतलब है कि आप उठते ही क्या करेंगे। I hope you all can see the board. So on rising का मतलब है कि उठते ही क्या करना है। अब जो लोग डाइट करते हैं they will agree कि उनकी मुश्किलें जो है कॉम्प्लिकेशंस क्या है उठते ही शुरू हो जाती है, क्योंकि कोई बोलते हैं कि उठते ही कुछ मत खाओ, डू इंटरमिटेंट फास्टिंग। कोई बोलते हैं कि उठते ही कंज्यूम लाइक फ्रूट्स एंड ड्राई फ्रूट्स एंड लड्डू एंड एवरीथिंग दैट इज पॉसिबल, बिकॉज आप रात भर से फास्टिंग कर रहे हैं तो सुबह उठते ही यू नीड टू रियली फीड योर सेल्फ लड्डू एंड fruits and everything, so that your body is not in a bad state or in a hungry state. Now what does this philosophy say? Firstly, this philosophy is not something that has come just mere imagination mein. This philosophy, these guidelines are based on the Ayurvedic principles plus the principles of circadian rhythm. Now what is the circadian rhythm? It is about eating with the sun, and if you really go into the depth, aapko pata chalega that Ayurveda is also have always been talking about eating with the sun and has always been supporting circadian rhythm way of eating. It's just that कि उनके पास ये terminology नहीं थी, वो ये terminology use नहीं करते थे, and the modern science is using this terminology. So in the morning when you wake up on rising, of course you should not be fasting. You don't need to fast. At the same time, you don't have to really consume something very heavy, because what I am also assuming here is कि आप 11 बजे और 12 बजे नहीं उठ रहे हैं दोपहर में, but you are waking up at a decent time which is at least 7:30. तो 7:30 पे कैसा होता है सूरज? The sun is not in its brightest mode. It is there, but it's not quite there, right? It's not like it's hottest or it's the brightest. So that is why when you wake up in the morning, you will consume something. You don't need to fast, but it doesn't have to be something like a fruit or a laddu or anything of that kind. You can just do with a nice warm drink. According to Ayurveda, with the moment you get up, you need to drink something which is warm, and the drink is light. It's not something too heavy, and it really sets the tone for the day. The other thing is कि morning में उठते ही ये drink consume करना इसीलिए भी important है क्योंकि जैसे ही हम कुछ कंज्यूम करते हैं, वेदर इट्स ड्रिंक और एनीथिंग, इट्स ओनली देन आवर बॉडी गेट्स अ सिग्नल कि इट्स मॉर्निंग। फॉर एग्जाम्पल व्हेन यू आर स्लीपिंग, आपको सोते वक्त कभी भी यू नेवर फील द अर्ज टू पास योर बाउल्स, राइट, अनलेस यू आर सिक, यू विल नॉट हैव दैट अर्ज। सो ऑल दी थिंग्स दैट हैपेंस हमारे उठने के बाद ही होता है। भूख उठने के बाद लगती है, बावल्स पास करने का अर्ज उठने के बाद होता है, कोई चीज याद आया है, कुछ रूटीन वर्क है, सडनली यू डोंट गेट अप इन द नाइट एंड स्टार्ट थिंकिंग अबाउट इट। ऑल द प्रोसेसेस ऑफ द ब्रेन एंड बॉडी, दे स्टार्ट ओनली व्हेन यू वेक अप, and there's a reason why the clock functions, our body biological clock functions after we wake up. It's because उठने के बाद जब हमारा we face the morning light, which is the sunlight, then our body understands that it's time to wake up, and all the systems, they start functioning according to the biological clock. In the same way, अगर आपकी बॉडी को, आपके लिवर को, डाइजेस्टिव ऑर्गन्स को हमें ये बताना है कि इट्स मॉर्निंग, देन वी नीड टू कंज्यूम एज सून एज वी वेक अप. The window is within 30 minutes. So within 30 minutes, you need to have this warm drink so that your body gets alerted, your digestive organs and everything, your liver, your all the metabolic processes, they get alerted that it's day and you're going to start your day. Okay, subah ho gayi mamu. You remember this from Munna Bhai? So that's exactly what your body also needs to kind of hear from you, and that is why you need to have this warm drink. अब warm drink कौन सा होना चाहिए? चाय या कॉफी बिल्कुल नहीं होनी चाहिए. वो warm drink कौन सा होना चाहिए वो भी please chapter 10 में है, so please go and read it. There is a very nice table of a variety of drinks that you can choose from. Again, going by the seasonal philosophy, these drinks are classified into summer, monsoon and winter. So choose the winter drink because it's winter right now. इस बार तो मुंबई में भी सर्दी है and everybody is quite मैं रोऊं या हंसूं वाली हालत है because we don't get to witness winters. I'm just taking out all the little wintry clothes out of my wardrobe for probably the first time in Mumbai, and people are quite surprised, happy and surprised that there's winters in Mumbai finally. So anyways, winter drinks hai, so choose the winter drink from the table in chapter 10 and any one winter drink usse aap kal apne din ki shuruaat karenge. So that is your good start to the day, and from there then we come to the breakfast. Breakfast, again, what I'm assuming is that you'll finish by 9 a.m. latest, nothing beyond that. We don't want to have breakfast at 11 o'clock, that's a lunch time. So breakfast, again, keeping with the same philosophy of the sun, of considering the fact that it's not the time, 9 a.m. is still not the time when the sun is at its best. Your breakfast is again going to be a light meal. तो अगर आप मुझसे पूछना चाहते हैं कि क्या मैं मिसल पाव, पूरी भाजी, पराठा, छोला भटूरा, पाव भाजी ब्रेकफास्ट में खा सकता हूँ या खा सकती हूँ, then no, you cannot, because these are meals which are relatively heavier and which does not mean कि आप नहीं खा सकते हैं, but these are meals that are good for lunch. These are never good for breakfast. Just for example sake, I have just given you these examples, so you need to understand कि breakfast में क्या होना चाहिए और lunch में क्या होना चाहिए. Breakfast के लिए porridge, kanji, khichdi, dalia, all of these are good breakfast options. Again, as I said, please go to the phase 1 meal plan, so you will have a lot of options over there, and I don't want to discuss the options right now, but I'm just trying to drive the point home that breakfast should be something which is either liquid or semi-liquid, semi-soft. It shouldn't be something which is too heavy, too oily, too greasy right now for breakfast, which doesn't mean कि वो सब options खराब हैं. It just means that those options are good for lunch but not for breakfast. The other thing what I have always seen in my practice is that whenever people start with a heavy breakfast in the day, then what happens is, for sure, what happens is कि lunch के लिए उनकी भूख उतनी नहीं होती है. They are not that hungry for lunch. And या तो lunch वो बहुत कम खाते हैं या फिर lunch बहुत delayed हो जाता है. So they will always end up having lunch at 2:33, which is a wrong time to have lunch. Or even if they have lunch at a decent time, which is 11-12, then they will eat very little because of course they have eaten such a heavy breakfast कि lunch time तक उतनी भूख नहीं लगती है. And that is where we go wrong, because lunch is actually the time when there should be a really heavy, substantial, wholesome meal, because that is the time when the sun is shining the brightest, the hottest. And if you are not eating well at that time, then what you're doing is actually you're missing the bus, because that is the time when you can really feed your body well, and your metabolism is so much at its peak that it will really not get converted into fat, but really get used up and metabolized well, and give nutrients to all your cells and tissues. So because you don't want to miss that bus, you have to ensure that you follow the first 2 points, which is starting the day with a warm drink and a light breakfast. क्योंकि वो लाइट ब्रेकफास्ट करने से ही आपको 11 से 12 के बीच में अच्छी खासी लंच के लिए भूख लगेगी, and you will be able to eat a nice wholesome lunch, which is going to have many benefits, because as I explained, firstly it's going to get metabolized very well. It will get converted for all the energy and nutrients that will reach your cells and tissues. And the other thing what I've always seen with my clients is that जब भी हम एक अच्छा lunch करते हैं, we don't have those evening cravings and evening hunger pangs, which you will see definitely in people who are not eating a great lunch. Then they end up eating, pani puri, chola, and all those chaat and donuts and pastries and all that for evening. They also face a lot of sugar cravings or salt cravings. And then we often feel that हमारा will power कम है, discipline कम है, और हम we are not able to follow the diet. So if you don't want to go through those things, then make sure that your lunch is really nice and wholesome. Lunch is the time when you can have rice and roti together. तो lunch कैसा होना चाहिए? Again, refer to chapter 10 meal plan, but I'll just in short tell you. So it should be like a rice, roti, dal, sabzi, chutney, all of these things should be there for lunch. You can combine rice and roti together for lunch, a thing which you should not do for dinner. If you don't want to combine, there is, again, it's not mandatory, but people who like to start with the roti and then follow it up with rice, they can do that in lunch. So this is how a nice lunch should be. And once you have done your lunch, as I said, evenings are going to be relatively much better. You're not going to get those cravings for all the junk. Having said that, the most important guideline, as you can read on the board, is that for evenings, eat only when you're truly, truly hungry. Now, what do I mean by that? Why do I have specified this? It is for the simple reason कि बहुत लोग होते हैं जो बोलते हैं कि they get all excited about the diet, and then they start the diet very nicely in the morning. Lunch तक ठीक ठाक चलता है, पर जैसे ही लंच खत्म हुआ और 4 साढ़े 4 बजा घड़ी में, they feel कि डाइट नहीं हो पा रहा है. They start feeling like eating everything. They feel that will power कम हो रहा है and all of those things. Basically, evening is the weak time for a lot of dieters because of reasons that I've mentioned already. But the other point is also psychological. Now, what is the psychological point? The psychological point is just this, कि हम, because of so many convenience food around us, we have lost the sense to differentiate between a true hunger and a false hunger. Okay, now what is a false hunger? False hunger is basically when you see your colleague opening a pizza box in front of you at evening 4:35, 6:30, एंड जब तक वो आपने पिज्जा को देखा नहीं था अपने आंखों से, जब तक आपने उसे स्मेल नहीं किया था अपने नोज से, टिल दैट टाइम यू वर फाइन. बट द मोमेंट यू लुक्ड एट दैट पिज्जा और दैट कलरफुल शाइनिंग डोनट, you suddenly feel कि नहीं भूख है and I can do with one slice of pizza, and then you finish one slice and then you end up eating another slice as well, and then you feel कि नहीं अब ये 2 हो गया and I'll be fine, but then you see that you have almost ended up eating the entire box. So this is what happens most of the times, and this has not happened because you were hungry. This has happened simply because you could not differentiate, you could not step back and ask yourself, is this true hunger or is this just a false sense of hunger building up? Most of the time when I speak to my, the doctors and the teachers, the people from Ayurveda with whom I discuss this, they often say that it's not even hunger, it's just appetite. Appetite in that sense, in the sense of Ayurveda, what they say is appetite is not like the way we use it in English vocabulary. The appetite is something which is just sensory. क्योंकि हमने कुछ देख लिया, you feel that sensory stimulation, you feel some appetite build up, and you falsely believe that this is hunger. So from tomorrow, what I want you to do is step back and ask yourself, is this hunger or is this appetite? And then, as a rule, as a thumb rule, ensure that you eat only when you are truly hungry. How does a true hunger feel like? A true hunger feels from the stomach. It's not sensory. It's not your tongue, your eyes, or your nose working. It's from the stomach. You can, actually feel your stomach growling or, giving you those hunger signals. So try to tune in. Try to understand that is this just a sensory stimulation, or is it like, real hunger? Is it out of boredom, just because I'm bored, or just because I'm annoyed, or just because I'm, wanting to eat something interesting, sugary, or is it something like really true hunger? So if you are truly hungry, then yes, after lunch, an evening snack has to be there, right? So how often can you snack? For that, you need to relate to your hunger signals. Ideally, if you have had a good wholesome lunch, you would really not feel hungry for the next 4 hours. But then again, it's a very ideal situation that can vary from person to person. And how it can vary depending on that person's activity levels and a lot of other things. So you don't have to beat yourself up if you feel that you're truly hungry by say the next 3 hours or 3.5 hours. It's fine, just go ahead and eat. But what I just don't want you to do is, I don't want you to eat if you are not truly hungry. So if you're having say lunch by 12ish and evening snack, the options are given in chapter 10. Go to the meal plan table. Those snacks can come at say around 3:30, 4:30. And what can be those snacks? Those snacks again in the meal plans in chapter 10, I have given two options. One is the lighter option, one is the heavier option. And the reason why I have given that is because I want you to gauge your hunger signals. On days when there wasn't too much of physical work or even mental work, you might just be good with a fruit in the evening. That's it. But on the other days you might need a poha or a moong dal chila. So it really depends. Okay, so go with your hunger. Don't follow the 2-hour clock of eating every 2 hours. I know a lot of people who eat because they have been told to eat every 2 hours. So they set alarm on their phones and they eat just every 2 hours. You don't really have to do that. Don't look at the clock on the wall. Listen to your own hunger cues. If you're not feeling hungry for the next 4 hours after lunch, it's really fine. You don't have to bother yourself by dumping food into your stomach just because you have been told that you should eat every 2 hours. So that is the point that I want to make here. After evening is the dinner time. And dinner time, as I have written, it has to be light and early. So dinner is something that we are looking at to wind up by 7 p.m. Again, going by our sun god, we have to see that the sun is not there after evening. So we need to wind up our meals early, and in fact we should wind up our day and we should go to bed by 10:30, 11, because if you maintain that routine, then what happens is that you finish your dinner by 7 p.m. and then you don't even feel hungry after that. People who ask me कि 7 बजे खा लिया तो देर रात में भूख लगेगी, my first question is कि आप देर रात जगे हुए क्यों हैं? So that is the first question, because अगर आप टाइम से सो जाते हैं, it becomes easier for you to commit to your diet routine, your fitness routine. If you're planning to wake up in the morning and work out in the morning, all those things become a reality if you go to bed at a good time, which is anywhere between 10 to 11. So this is the 7 TBBD guidelines, and what I want you to do from tomorrow is I want you to follow these guidelines. See that you do them in a way that you have to do this not only for one day, not only for the next 2 weeks, which is phase 1, not only for the next another 6 weeks, which is phase 2, but something that you want to do for the rest of your life. It is something that is really going to be fruitful, let me assure you. And then for phase 1, what you need to do is that you combine the 7 TBBD meal planning guidelines along with the 3 F's of phase 1. Now, what are the 3 F's of phase 1? It's F for forget, F for few, and F for favor. Those who have read the book, I'm sure they all know what the 3 F's is. So आप 3 F's को लो, आप ये meal planning guidelines को लो, and see to it that you are adhering to both of them for phase 1 in the next 2 weeks. And most of your questions will be solved. कि मुझे ये खा सकती हूँ, नहीं खा सकती हूँ, कब खा सकती हूँ. All of those questions will be resolved if you combine them together, and if you kind of make your own meal plan as well. If you don't want to just look into the chapter 10 meal plan जो मैंने बनाया है, you can make your own meal plans just by adhering to these 2 guidelines. One is the 3 F's for phase 1 and other is this one. What about the 3 F's? A lot of questions are coming to me. Even in the past through emails and everything. So the 3 F's is something that I'm going to touch upon tomorrow. This is the base, this is actually the core of the Yuktahar program, and that is why I wanted to deal with this first, and tomorrow we are going to do the 3 F's. In the meanwhile, when I meet you tomorrow at 6 and touch upon the 3 F's, you can still start doing the phase 1 because you have the meal plans in the book, and I don't want you to wait. You have the herbal supplements, you know about the 3 R's, you know to make the right choices. So I want you to start doing that from tomorrow, and from tomorrow we'll count 2 weeks for phase 1. And I'll meet you tomorrow 6 p.m. same time, same place. Thank you. Tell me any questions.
Yes ma'am, someone is asking, if I do desk job, so is it okay to have heavy lunch in afternoon? Will not rice and roti raise the blood sugar level?
No, rice and roti is, why rice and roti is going to raise the blood sugar level? It's not like that. See, firstly, the blood sugar level is not going to raise if you are going to have a complete wholesome lunch. आप सिर्फ rice तो नहीं खा रहे हैं ना, आप राइस के साथ दाल ले रहे हैं विच हैज प्रोटीन एंड फाइबर, आप सब्जी भी ले रहे हैं विच अगेन हैज फाइबर, आप राइस में घी भी लगाने वाले हैं विच हैज गुड फैट्स. सो अंडरस्टैंड दैट दिस होल कॉन्सेप्ट जो हमारे में फीड किया गया है कि राइस और रोटी खाने से ब्लड शुगर बढ़ जाता है, दिस कम्स फ्रॉम द फैक्ट व्हेन पीपल थिंक अकॉर्डिंग टू द वेस्टर्न स्टाइल, जहाँ पे ये एक तरह से कॉम्बिनेशन मील नहीं खाया जाता है, जहाँ पे यू नो देर इज अ लेंटिल विद द राइस, देर इज ऑल्सो वेजीज विद द राइस, देर इज ऑल्सो चटनी एंड देर आर अदर थिंग्स, देयर इज घी. सो विद ऑल दोज कॉम्बिनेशंस, व्हेन बेसिकली कार्ब्स के साथ जब प्रोटीन और फाइबर दोनों आ जाता है, इट डजंट रेज योर ब्लड शुगर लेवल. सो यू कैन जस्ट हैव दैट विदाउट एनी गिल्ट और विदाउट एनी वरी.
Ma'am, is it okay to drink herbal supplements mentioned as warm drinks on rising?
See, it really depends, okay? It really depends on what time you're waking up. So the first herbal drink which is there, which is mentioned in the book, which is the Chitraka tea, that is 30 minutes before breakfast. अब अगर आपका जो रूटीन है, आप ब्रेकफास्ट से ही अगर आप 40-45 मिनट्स पहले ही उठते हैं, then of course you will have to treat your Chitraka tea itself as the herbal drink, right? That is why I mentioned here that I'm assuming that you're getting up at 7 a.m. and I'm also assuming that you are having your breakfast at 9, because then what happens, there's a 2-hour gap. So then you can have your herbal tea, the herbal drink, the warm drink that I've mentioned at 7, and then by 8:30 you can have your Chitraka tea, and 9 you can have your breakfast. So it really depends on what time you're waking up, how much time have you given to yourself. Next.
How should I schedule the consumption of Daruhal and Chitrak drink if I work out in the morning? Should I have it pre-workout or post-workout?
No, you don't have to have it pre-workout. You wake up, have the warm drink from the table that is there in chapter 10. You can even have almonds and raisins in the soaked variety, so you need to soak them overnight, and you can have them in the morning as your pre-workout, provided you're really working out at a respectful intensity. So you can have that will serve as your pre-workout. You can go for your workout. Post-workout, like basically once you come back, you have your Chitraka tea, give yourself 20-25 minutes, and then you can have your breakfast.
Yeah, the last question, ma'am. If I'm working out before breakfast, should I consume protein smoothie and breakfast together in the post-workout?
So you mean to ask, what I'm understanding is that you mean to ask that the post-workout protein smoothie, which is there in the chapter 10, the recipe, what I'm assuming is that you're asking, can it serve as your post-workout meal come your breakfast? If that is the question, then yes, you can consume that as a breakfast and as your post-workout meal both. So it will work for you both ways. Okay, great. So keep me posted with how you guys are progressing, and I hope you guys are as excited as I am, and I'm going to meet you tomorrow, same place, same time. Thank you very much.